So, this has been an interesting development to say the least, so I knew I had to talk about it. You see, Gavin Newsom is quickly becoming the frontrunner as the most popular national Democrat on the list to potentially be the Democratic Party's next nominee running against, it might be Trump, it might be another Republican, probably Trump, in the hopefully next upcoming election, if we have one, right? Gavin Newsom, is that good? Gavin Newsom's not popular with leftists, and there are a lot of good and bad reasons for that. I've got my complaints about Gavin Newsom. I'm not like a dick rider for him or anything. I lived in California. As a guy who is a fan of his pew-pews, I've got some issues with his policy. But at the same time, he's definitely got a lot of positions that are pretty good, pretty forward-thinking, I'd say. But more importantly, he is not a fascist who will actively push for policy that will depress the rights of minorities. He's not a monster like Trump or the Republican Party. And that matters. The big problem is, can we get leftists on board with campaigning for someone like Gavin Newsom? Because I can say even among my audience, there are quite a few vote blue no matter who except for Gavin Newsom types. People who say he's basically a Republican, that he attacks trans people, even though the thing they're talking about is literally just him saying we might need to wait on more information to come out before we allow trans people to go into sports with the gender they identify with. Unfortunately, trans people in sports is like the most losing topic for trans people wedge issue out there, and it's like a really big wedge issue too. So even popular Democrats cannot take the based, yes, who cares, let them compete where they want, who gives a shit take. As much as I would love for him to, no Democrat can get away with that take right now. We've got a lot of work to do convincing Americans before that becomes a politically acceptable position. With that said, Gavin Newsom's putting in work. And one good example of that is this new initiative he started, reaching out to content creators and live streamers, particularly those that are, popular among young people. And that's how we got this insane headline. Gavin Newsom plays Fortnite, talks about Kamala Harris, Snoop Dogg, and how Dems lost young men. I gotta say, whether you like his policy or not, when it comes to rhetoric, and maybe it's his campaign, who knows, just understanding how to talk about issues and who to be talking to, he's hitting the ball out of the park lately. Yeah, listen, I'll criticize Gavin Newsom for bulldozing homeless people into paste all day, don't get me wrong, Nimbleline, but we're currently falling into fascism, and Gavin Newsom is the lesser evil. I would take him 1,000,000 times over than I would take Trump. That it's just as simple as that. There are times to fight a battle, and right now is not the time to fight the battle against Gavin Newsom's awful policies. It's just not. Now's the time to get fascists out of the White House. Simple. Gavin Newsom, Xander Hall collab when? I would happily have him on stream to talk, but as you can imagine, the ball is in his court with that one. I am not clouded up enough at all to get a combo with Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom playing Fortnite and talking politics for an hour with one of his kids' favorite Twitch streamers Friday, cursed his in-game deaths while waxing on about subjects ranging from Kamala Harris to immigration and tech, and wishing aloud that he could play as Snoop Dogg, his constituent whose counsel he has sought in the past. Then, while praising the success and influence of podcasts, the California governor and likely 2028 presidential candidate rattled off a wish list of video game streams he wants to go on, said he's working on appearing on the YouTube channel Nelk, and suggested that he might go to the streaming convention TwitchCon later this year. That would be wild. Democrats haven't been talking to young men, and we've lost them, Newsom told the YouTube creator, who goes by Connor Eats Pants, bemoaning the way the other side weaponized that. It was Newsom's latest in a string of attempts to break through a fractured media environment and reach young men, who drifted from the Democratic Party last fall. Connor Eats Pants has more than 700,000 followers on Twitch, the streaming platform. It's the kind of audience rising Democrats are desperate to connect with, and that Newsom is cultivating with his online mockery of President Donald Trump. And so we actually have the video here, the VOD, of Connor Eats Pants' stream with Gavin Newsom. And so I thought we'd go ahead and give it a little bit of a watch if you guys are interested. Let's go ahead and dip in and see what the hype is about here. Amogus.
Look, I mean, you know what? It's wild. I'm from.
Oh, he's already in.
Well,
let's go back to the lobby.
No.
They clearly lobbied up. Okay. Awesome.
Subs. Expert point U2s.
He's eating the pants. Oh my god. CA Gov XL. He's on Switch? Ain't no way.
Hey, can you hear me?
Okay. Alright. I'll do it, okay, Gavin? If you want, I will work on your campaign team. And that doesn't just entail my advice. I will build a gaming PC for you. I will set it up and get you all logged into everything, and I'll get you set up to actually stream on Twitch. I'll do it for you, Gavin. Hire me, alright? I know that shit. I know how to do that stuff, okay? Hire me. My services are up for your purchase, my friend. In all seriousness, I do think that the gamers watching might be like, aw, he's on Switch, really? Yeah, I feel like it's hard to really, like, lock in, sit down, and really get immersed in the game and the conversation. And I think a lot of viewers know that. And it's cool that he's playing it, don't get me wrong. But I really appreciate that AOC, when say she streams Stardew Valley, not only is she gaming at a PC, and she's got like the gamer headphones on and everything, but you see her world save, and it's like year 5, winter of year 5 or whatever. And it's like, okay, I played enough Stardew Valley to know that she's played a lot of Stardew Valley.
Perfectly, man. How are
Hey,
you?
welcome. You're live. Welcome to Fortnite Friday, Governor.
Hey, it's good to be with you. It's good to be with you. This is my kind of Friday. This is better than
Hell
what
yeah.
I'm typically doing on a Friday.
I believe it. You're a busy guy, dude. What do you know about the show?
I know that you're crushing it, man. That's what I know.
Oh,
And
wow.
and so that's number one. And number two, that I know that I've got 3 out of my 4 kids that finally think I'm somebody.
Wait,
And I
really?
finally made it. Yep.
Oh,
Come
wow.
on, man. I'm in the Minecraft generation. That's all I do. Wake up.
Uh-oh.
Come on. Every morning, every single morning, my little night.
I love that Minecraft is still on top. Hell yeah. Still on top. Is that a Mr. Beast skin? Oh my god, it is. It's all Mr. Beast. Oh my god. Dude, I'm never playing Fortnite again, bro.
10-year-old waking up at 6:02 to go on YouTube and watch you and others playing Minecraft.
Well, that's awesome.
My God.
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, so I'm finally, meet the press, eat your heart out. I'm on with you, Connor.
That's awesome.
Thank you, brother.
It seems like a lot of like political figures now, their kids seem to like know about streamers and like what they do and stuff. Like you're not the first one. Like even like the president, like Barron watches the show.
I love that. I get it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know what? It's wild. I'm from, you don't know.
That's crazy that Baron Trump watches Connor Eats Pants. That's the crazy thing. There are a lot of creators who are so popular. If any politician has kids, left or right, their kids are probably a fan of that creator. These politicians, like, if you're a big creator online, you've got unbelievable reach. Like, a lot of reach, potentially, or a lot of potential reach. If you're a politician, you've got a lot of weight and clout behind your name. And so, both parties have an interest in collaborating together. Politicians collaborating with content creators makes sense from both parties' perspective. Like, both parties benefit and really don't have a downside. There's really no downside to it. So it's like, I really hope to see more Democrats doing this. AOC did it. I think Bernie's done it, if I'm not mistaken. Now Gavin Newsom is doing it. This is how you run a winning campaign before you've even started a campaign.
this, Connor. It's black and white movie days we all know Atari, but I was like the Intellivision generation, which
Yeah,
you
I don't
forgot
know
about
what that
Intellivision.
is. It's like
You know,
foreign.
you guys have to look that up. I know everyone knows Atari, but Intellivision was like the bomb. It was the Fortnite of the day.
Yeah, I've been
That
trying
was
to
where
get
I
like
spent my hours.
Back before the gaming industry had been monopolized down to like 3 companies.
as many like people as I can on the show. You're the second elected official I've had on. The first being former Congressman George Santos.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's now in
Okay.
prison. They put him in jail.
I was just saying, it didn't go so well for him.
That's
Jesus.
crazy.
Okay, I'll watch what I say then.
Well, be careful.
Let
I
me
mean, they already want to put you in jail, probably. Like they've been talking about it, haven't they? Like the president and
I
stuff.
think, yeah, and the president literally said I should be arrested, and then his bag man, literally the guy who took $50,000 in cash, Homan guy.
Oh yeah, Homan.
He said I should be arrested as well.
Wonder
Yeah.
if he,
So,
but do you think he plays Fortnite?
you know what? I prefer him playing Fortnite than playing, the head of ICE. I mean, this
Yeah,
guy
that's
I feel like he's cosplaying.
Okay, now I need to see, is Gavin Newsom landing at the right spot? Like, does he know what he's doing here? Okay, Connor's put down a marking. They're flying to that spot. Are they going to the right spot? Also, is this the OG map? What the fuck?
And his role is ICE.
It's like
Yeah, he's
season
interesting.
5
He sounds
map?
funny too. Not to make fun of how people sound, but I think he kind of invites that with his actions.
Yeah, well, as you know, we just, I was proud last week be the first state to ban those masks for ICE. I respect ICE. I respect people doing their job.
Bro, the 5-year flip is crazy. 2020, right is all about being anti-mask. Left is super pro-mask. Now it's 2025, and the left is anti-mask and the right is pro-mask. I know the context is totally different, but on a surface level, it's a very, very funny flip.
But I don't respect people jumping out of the back of a car, unmarked car, without any identification and not providing due process to people out in the streets and sidewalks, scaring the hell out of communities with masks on. And so,
Yeah, I don't really respect the ICE guys, honestly. Like, I just feel like it's kind of like, at least the way they're selling it these days. Like, you see like Stephen Miller like tweeting like these like AI generated like posters that are just like, join ICE, protect your country, and it's like people just like rounding up like families and homes.
It's super
the
cringe.
chill. As you know, no other city's been more impactful.
Like their marketing for their agency is basically right-wing boomer Facebook memes. It's really cringe. Let's not forget, at the end of the day, these people are really fucking cringe. And the only reason why everyone isn't saying that is because enough people have pissed in the pool that you kind of feel weird not having done so.
Back to no other state, but city of LA in particular.
Where did you land? Oh my God, you're at Leaky. You're in a whole different zone, Gavin.
I knew it. He didn't. This is gonna be rough. Gavin's not. I get that it's meant to be more that he's on the stream, but I was kind of hoping Gavin would be playing Fortnite legit. I don't know. Maybe he's actually a demon and he's solo dropping in a different location to rack up 20 kills on his own. I maybe we don't know his game.
You are so far. You kind of do this. I was looking. I still want my Snoop skin, which I cannot find.
You didn't get it,
for
did you?
some reason. We don't have any money. I didn't put it in my. I don't have any cash. Sorry.
I pay my taxes. I don't know. Like, you should like have a little bit.
No, I should have something. But I see if I had my kids' account, I'd be on like level 87 or so. I don't know what the hell level.
Wait, so you
Where
do
are
play
you?
like somewhat often?
No, not really. But I've watched a few concerts, which I appreciate.
You watch the Fortnite concerts?
Yeah, I've watched a few Fortnite concerts over the years. When was the first one? How many years ago was that?
Travis Scott, dude. That was like during COVID, right?
It was during COVID.
Yeah, it was.
It's amazing to me. It's very cool how companies are integrating brands, businesses, how culture, how it's changing culture and society. I'm fascinated by all this. It's incredible. So it's an important space. It's wild.
Culture is weird now. There's like AI is like taking over. People just generate stuff. What do you think about all that?
Where do you think it's going in a couple of years?
Not very good. I don't think it's going a very good direction.
We need more stuff like this. I know it's so low key, but like, think about it. Sure, campaign could spend a few million on running a bunch of ads that cost them a few $100,000 at least to make. Or for the cost of however much electricity, it takes to run the PC for however long you're doing it. You could appear on a large streamer's show and get yourself in front of shitloads of people live, and then tons more people after the fact, and then have a ton of discourse talking about and surrounding the fact you had the conversation for upwards of a week. You know, like, there's no way any intelligent campaign advisor could not see this trend or this practice and not think, holy fuck, we need more of this. Isn't it so much more humanizing too? You only really get to hear politicians speak either in short tweets on social media posts or in speeches that are oftentimes scripted and teleprompted. Here it's just like humanly talking about the beliefs you have. Like, Gavin Newsom doesn't really feel, you know, he's not talking off a script. He genuinely believes what he's saying, and he's talking about these issues, and it's just two guys having a conversation. And that is a vibe you don't get a lot from politicians, much less on the left, when they come off as so uptight and professional and all that, right? This is so valuable, because at the end of the day, it's a reminder that, like, these politicians on the left could sit down and have a conversation about this shit, like a normal-ass, guy-to-guy, beer around the campfire type conversation. And it matters.
I think that,
Are you that worried about it? What are you just worried about?
I'm really worried. Especially, like, this week with, like, the, like, Sora that came out, where they can, like, the video generation from ChatGPT.
Yeah, the new Sora AI is terrifying.
Insane.
Trust me, saw all my TikToks with Sam Altman, and of course, you know, my team, we're going to start testing that pretty quickly. To your point, I mean, it's already 90% there. And it's a question of,
here's the thing about it, though, is, like, it's harmful for the environment, and there doesn't seem to be any guardrails on it now, which is a little concerning because the president just kind of sold out.
Yeah, but you're talking to the guy who just a few days ago signed the first AI bill in the country. We worked on it for 2 years.
Do that.
What does that do?
It does a little.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't California also sign the only bill in the country that bans making AI deepfakes of people? I might be wrong about that, but, like, if you make AI deepfake porn of people, I think the state of California considers that a crime now. I think that's a Gavin Newsom W right there, if I say so myself. If I'm right about that, I'm pretty sure California did that.
Not enough, and that I'm just being candid. It created a framework to try to find some balance in terms of transparency for frontier models primarily. It was a process, by the way, that was led by Fei Li, who's the godmother of AI, and she did a white paper for us with UC Berkeley. Yeah, there is a godmother of AI. Look her up, Fei Li.
Okay.
And we tasked her to look at this independently and give us a pathway to create a legislative framework. And we spent almost 2 years working on it. And it's the first of its type. And
interesting.
I thought, as I said, it's not, I don't want to overstate everything we did, but I'm not going to understate the fact that we're doing something in the absence, as you suggest, of Trump himself.
I'm almost there. Don't die.
I'm not dying.
If you die, I'm going to ask harder questions, so just be warned.
Oh, no.
Well,
no, save him.
Thank you.
There's a reboot ban right there.
On my knees, man.
It's fine. There's a reboot ban right there.
Let me pick you up. Hold on.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah, AI is scary, man. I feel like it's kind of going to be like the death of a lot of, like, art, especially without the guardrails. And, like, now it's just, like, it's not really, it's just kind of stealing things from copyright. Hold on, I'm trying to revive you. Stop moving. Stop moving.
You didn't want me to die. I was kind of hiding back there, brother.
I'm trying to get you. Where are you going?
I'm on my knees, man.
God,
I'm dying. What do you want? Kim, I mean, what do you act like?
No,
but no,
stay still, Gavin.
I get it. It's interesting. We did
like a
what
boomer.
we call it an memorandum of understanding with Adobe, not just Google.
Okay, there's a bit of advice for any future politician wanting to do something like this. I get that you want to be there to have the political conversation and get your message out, but I promise you, every minute that you spend not doing that and instead just playing the game, talking about the game, and chatting with the streamer about random shit, way more valuable than getting your message out. you can distinctly tell, like, when he's like getting immersed in the conversation and just chatting, and then when he reminds himself, oh wait, there's like a talking point I have to hit, you know, because I'm in front of a large audience, I got to talk about these issues, and it's like you can tell he's like not paying attention to Connor saying, wait, stop moving, I'm trying to get you up, because he's busy like trying to get out the talking point. For future reference, like, I get you want to get those talking points across, but I promise you, you're getting a better bang for your buck of being on here if you really just let yourself cut loose, relax, and enjoy just chilling out, talking to a guy who's famous and has a big audience, or in front of a ton of people live. Just chat and hang out. Take the opportunity to let yourself be humanized a bit to a large audience. You don't need to be super focused on, like, checking off the list. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm not going to be heard by any of these politicians, but, like, I really do think that is the big flaw here, is that you can feel the, like, immediate switch up when he reminds himself he needs to hit on one of those talking points, right? And it's kind of disrupting the cadence or the idea of, like, Gavin Newsom playing Fortnite with Connor Eats Pants. Like, he's not really playing Fortnite. He's kind of, you ever be in, like, VC and you're talking to a friend and you're playing Minecraft, but you're so engrossed in the conversation, you realize, like, 10 minutes later, you've just been running in circles inside your house, jumping from chest to furnace to bed to, like, to crafting table. That's not really playing Minecraft, you know what I mean? You're having a conversation and existing in the game. That's what Gavin Newsom is doing, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Wait. Did you say that? Wait, was the controller drifting? Like, you're on Nintendo Switch, right?
Yeah, I'm on the Switch, which is not easy. I don't normally use the Switch.
Yeah, no,
That's
the
my
sticks
problem.
do that. That's a problem with those, actually.
Okay, maybe it wasn't him.
This is not my go-to.
There's no regulation over there.
There's no regulation.
Oh.
This is embarrassing.
Did you see they raised the price on Xbox?
Well, we could talk tariffs in a minute, man. What's going on? And by the way, why is it cheaper in places like Japan and elsewhere? What's going on?
I don't know. Money's stupid, dude. Can I be honest? I don't get it.
Non-localized pricing.
Just the whole idea of money, you're in the crypto.
Capital, all of it.
No, I really wish I could do one of these combos with a big politician. There are so many issues I could rant about. Like, I could rant about non-localized pricing in games, meaning that oh my god. Like, yeah, there's a reason why it's cheaper in Japan, and I know the reason. It has to do with price localization. I could talk about that.
Capital.
Doesn't even make sense. It's just like, it's not. It doesn't add up.
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, we can get into budgets and the Fed policy, and you won't be the only one suggesting
this way, man. We can't
up.
be in the storm. We're gonna die, bro.
Okay. Yeah, these storms.
He talks like such a Zoomer.
So what do you think of?
To be fair, I kind of talk like a Zoomer.
You can't. You get your. There you go. Jesus.
Do you know the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson?
Damn it, Gavin.
He and I are not on the best of terms.
When was the last time you guys spoke?
He spoke of me yesterday when I sent out an AI-generated video of him as a minion.
The move here, I feel, would be to let Gavin Newsom die in the storm. I know, what a tragedy. But then to, like, let him spectate as, like, either reboot him, get his reboot card, and then reboot him well inside the storm, so he doesn't have to rotate too much because he's having a hard time with that, or just let him die and spectate, and then, like, try hard like crazy to get the W. This lobby's got to be mostly bots too, because Gavin's on a new account, and the game does that, where, like, the majority of your lobby on your first game of a season or on a new account are always bots. Like, it basically hands you your first win of the season on a silver platter. You used to have to work hard to get your first win of a season back in the day. In the first 5 seasons of the game, it was actually a rush. Like, man, we're pretty late into the season and I haven't caught a win yet. Am I even gonna get the umbrella for this season? And those, like, if you're really bad at the game, those last month or two or last few weeks of the season, you're like, guys, I need someone to carry me to a W. I'm gonna miss out on the umbrella. I've been there. I'm not good at Fortnite. Anyway. I think this is pretty cool, though. I've got my critiques, and I've got my compliments. I do think that this method, it's so good, though. Like, it's so cheap. Like, think of it from just a campaign organizer perspective. Wouldn't doing like 10 of these be a million times cheaper than doing like 10 campaign ad runs? You can still do the campaign ad runs, don't get me wrong, but you can add these on top of that at literally no cost to the campaign. If you can get a like gaming laptop mobile with the candidate or said politician during a campaign run, they can be in a hotel room or on a jet, like flying across from country or state to state, and do a live stream on that laptop. I feel like there are a lot of ways where they could pull this off and make this work as a very common new method in campaigning and politics. We know the Republicans have embraced it. The Democrats need to get on this whole joining social media thing. Just being on social media isn't enough. There are a lot of people who've already dominated the landscape that you've got to work with if you're going to have a platform of any note online. That's just how these algorithms and social media platforms work. It's how the audiences work. I do like that, though I do have some notes on how it could be seen as a little more, genuine. And a lot of it is the fact that Gavin Newsom just kept on trying to pivot the conversation back to the talking points he wanted to hit on. It's like, yeah, of course he should talk about that stuff, but in the future I would like to see a more genuine interest in like playing the game, just shooting the shit with the streamer, you know what I mean? Maybe they get more into that later, but from the bit we watched there, it felt a little too much like he was just trying to use Connor's platform to get his message out. Not that he was trying to, as a politician, get into the world of streaming. You know what would truly be effective? If it came off as though a politician was a full-time politician as their day job, but on the side discovered live streaming and content creation, got addicted to it, and wanted to start getting involved with it and doing it themselves as a passionate hobby. That is the vibe that you want to give off. And unfortunately, I don't think that's the vibe that Gavin Newsom gave off there. Unfortunately, Gavin still gave off the vibe of like, I'm a politician who wants to get a message out, and I'm using another person's platform to do it. It felt more like taking advantage than two guys vibing out. And I feel like we're close, but there can be some changes made to make this method perfect as a campaign strategy for the Democrats in the future. But hey, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully, the campaign is taking some notes behind the scenes. That's what I'm hoping for, because at this point, I just need to see the Republican Party lose, and I need to see them lose hard. Anyway, folks, if you want to see the same, consider leaving a like and a comment on this video. I do appreciate it. Every thumbs up and every comment does a lot to support the channel and the algorithm, helps to stave off people like Hyveria in chat saying that I fell off. And of course, if you want to see more from me on other platforms, you can follow my social medias through the links down below. And if you want to support me directly, financially, help me keep the lights on and a roof above my head here at the Xander Hall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or buy some custom Xander Hall merch through the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless of how you support me though, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, have a good one.